We're the Swinging Light. I'm Doug.
And I'm Rachel.
We decided to kick this year off with our top 100 horror films of all time list. And like we did all our previous lists, we used Pub Meeple to make our list. Put them all in there. We rated them. Whatever mine dropped, I let it stay.
Yeah.
So as you're finding out, I'm finding out. What'd you do?
I put in I have watched hundreds and hundreds of horror movies. So basically, I put in my top 163 that I liked so far of all of the movies that I've seen that I've, counted for, and then dropped it into Pub Meeple and let it make my top 100. So I was kind of shocked by a few things, but overall, I was agreeable to the list. So.
All right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of movies I still have not seen that I need to. So if it didn't make my list, it's probably because I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, me too. And,
All right.
God.
So why wait any longer? Let's get to number 100. Number 100. This is one I actually watched as a kid, and it took me a bit to actually watch it as a kid because it's something I wouldn't say terrified of, but you won't see me go near them. And this is Arachnophobia. This is from 1990, and I do not like spiders. And to just have this spider that is sucking the blood out of humans and, making multiples, it's all over. It took me a little bit to watch this movie as a kid. Just because my
it's such
fear
a fun movie to watch. So
just because my fear of spiders. So I'm actually shocked this even hit 100. I did not think it would. But
you think it'd be higher, or
I didn't think it would make it at all.
You don't think it'd make it at all?
No.
Yeah. Well,
but it did.
I'm the exterminator of the household. I can see why.
Spiders are not for me.
Okay.
So my number 100 is Arachnophobia.
And my number 100 is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 1974. I'm not surprised this hit my list. It is an absolute classic. Love, the whole scenery. Back in the day, and when I first saw it, I've never seen a horror movie like this. And then, out comes Leatherface and hooking people on meat hooks and just tearing them apart, and the crazy family. And, it was an awesome final girl. And just the whole movie is amazing. If you haven't seen it, definitely put it on your list. But I love that it made my top 100, even though it was at 100. So it was Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 1974.
All right, so number 99. This is actually one we just watched the other day after we made our what's coming out in 2026 list. And I was like, I haven't watched the new one yet. And you're like, well, let's get upstairs and let's watch it. So this is Evil Dead Rise 2023. This one is it's just Evil Dead, really. I don't know how else to describe it. It's just a lot of blood and fighting this demon that's going through the house.
I love how it had a different change of scenery.
Besides,
we got out of the cabin in the woods and we went into the city and
that's one reason why I like this one more, is because it's not in the cabin. I'm so used to the cabin being everything,
right,
that it's in an apartment building, which just made this one a lot better for me.
Yeah, it was a good one. And it continued on too.
Yeah. So I cannot wait to watch the new one that's coming out this year.
Yes.
Which is Evil Dead Burn. And anyway, so my number 99 is Evil Dead Rise 2023.
My number 99 is Happy Death Day. And I remember being kind of reluctant to watch this horror movie because I was like, oh, here we go. Another cheesy, horror movie where it's Groundhog Day and blah, blah, blah. And when I actually sat down and watched it, I was pleasantly surprised at, how clever it was. The acting was great. The kills were great. And I was really satisfied with the end plot of everything. And me, and if I like things to be tied up in the end and have an explanation. And so that's why Happy Death Day made my number 99.
All right, 98. This is Friday the 13th. This is the 2009 version, the remake. So back with the potato sack over his head for the most part.
Yeah.
It just, I mean, it's Friday the 13th. It's Jason, big Jason fan. So
It was decent.
yeah, it's better than I thought it was going to be, honestly.
Yeah.
So I thought it was pretty good. It's Jason. I don't know how else to really describe it besides that. So you like Jason, pretty sure you'll decently like this one. So this is Friday the 13th, a 2009 remake.
And my number 98 is Orphan. So this movie was way better than I thought it was going to be. Kind of gave me the Good Son vibes. You know, the creepy little girl gets adopted and starts wreaking havoc within the family. But the twist in it was really shocking. And I just really loved it. Love the actresses that played in it. Highly recommend this one. So definitely check out Orphan. And that was my number 98.
I have not seen it yet, so I'm going to have to definitely check that one out.
Yes.
'97. This is From Hell. This is a 2001. This is about Jack the Ripper and where they're trying to explain how the Jack the Ripper killer was and why it was all done.
Yeah.
Have you seen this one yet?
Isn't that the one with Johnny Depp?
Yes.
I have seen it, and
Yeah.
I was not a fan of it personally. Yeah.
So I like
really.
I like Jack the Ripper a lot. So just the fact that they made a movie kind of explaining their like how they think it all went happen, and I just thought that was it fit a lot. So it wasn't like something that had, to me, I always look for plot holes that make me not like something.
Mm-hmm.
And this one really didn't have it, besides he had the visions all the time. But otherwise, I really thought this was a really good movie and a good take on the Jack the Ripper. So that's my 97, Jack the Ripper, or I'm sorry, From Hell, 2001.
Okay, number 97 for me is It Follows. And this was actually when I was reluctant to watch as well. It is a bit of a slow burn and kind of has a cheesy plot to it. You know, this guy has sex with the girl to get these demons or whatever's following him off his back. And it was a bit of a slow burn. But as it continued, it got pretty violent and chilling in places. I actually, jumped quite a few times. And
When that big dude comes to that door.
I was like, ooh, goosebumps. And just, thinking of that always, I mean, it's like the STD from hell. It's even, worse because it just twists you up and kills you very violently. And I thought it was clever how it ended for the most part. I was like, geez, how is this even going to end? I figured it would be a tragedy, which in the end it could be, which left it kind of open-ended. So I enjoyed it. Actually watched it with you recently. Yeah. So I recommend it. 97 for me was It Follows.
96 for me. This is one that it's a classic. I watched it obviously on TV because it was a TV film. Sometimes They Come Back, 1991, and it's
great movie.
Just the whole concept of the ghost coming back and killing, just the hunting the teacher that's witnessed them die when he was a kid. I really love the movie. I watched it multiple times as throughout the years. Actually, just if I see it on TV, I will sit and stop and make sure I watch this one again. I have not seen the sequel to this, which is Sometimes They Come Back Again, but I might watch it. But I think this one really kind of just did it for me.
Yeah, this was haunting. That was a very scary movie to me as a kid. I think I even cried at one point when I was little. Like, oh gosh, this is terrible. But yeah, that's a great choice. I really like that one.
So my 96 is Sometimes They Come Back.
And my number 96 is VHS 99, which was released in 2022. And I love the VHS series. I didn't watch it for the longest time. Like, found footage, anthology, stupid. It's not going to interest me. And I remember I was just bored one day and put it on and just fell in love with it. Watched them all. Not surprised that this one hit, higher up on my 100 because it's not the best one, but it gives you the 90s vibe and it's very well done. And they're just creepy and ugly and scary and just, I just think everybody should watch them all if you're a horror fan. But
Rachel pushes this on me a lot. She's like, you have not seen this yet? You need to.
Yes. So I highly recommend it. So number 96 for me was VHS 99.
All right, my number 95, this is a remake of the original, obviously, but this is Pet Sematary, the 2019 version.
This made your top 100?
Yeah, I actually did enjoy this one because being a big fan of Pet Sematary and then going to having like, oh my God, here comes the kill, and they tease it every time, but they end up killing the person some other way. Obviously it's different from the book, but just that whole teasing the original and making the deaths different. So it's like you got to watch the remake, but also it was different.
Yes.
And that's why I liked it. So.
It was a pretty well done remake of a classic horror film. So my number 95 is Pet Sematary, the remake of 2019. And my number 95 is Saw 3. And this was released in 2006. I have seen all the Saws. I am a huge Saw fan. But, of course, they're not all good. And I remember, like, the original being my favorite, of course. And then it seemed like every odd one after that I really liked. And then the evens, not so much. So I wonder if anybody else feels that way. But I liked the third one because it was different and it had him in there and there were many different twists about it. You know, Amanda was creating traps that people couldn't escape and that was pissing Jigsaw off. And then, you know, we had the doctor and his wife involved and Jigsaw died. And you know what I mean? It was just different and it kind of was a wrap up of, you know, the original and the first two. Definitely not as good as the first couple, but I can see why it scored 95 on my list. So number 95 was Saw 3 for me.
All right, my number 94, this is Insidious Chapter 3. This is one where it's a kind of more of I believe a prequel where this girl's mother is dead and she's trying to reach out to her.
Is that the Red Door one?
No, that's a different one.
Oh, okay. They made some.
But there's so many red doors. I think the red door's in like every one of them.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's Insidious and it's like the same thing, just different. Kind of like the Saws.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my 94 is Insidious Chapter 3.
And my number 94 is Scream 3. I am a huge Ghostface fan and I like all the Screams to a degree. Of course, I have ones that I like more than others, but I thought the third one was decent because, you know, it had a different writer and it was in a different setting, and I liked how they used like the movie setting theme as, you know, the place where all the final kills were happening in the theater. And, you know, of course it had the original cast members in it. And the twist, you know, of her, I guess, half brother being the killer or whatever. And it was decent to me. So I wasn't surprised it made my top 100, you know, probably a few Screams on there. So number 94 for me was Scream 3.
My number 93, this is actually one that took a while to grow on me. I have seen this numerous times just because it's always on TV, and I just never really cared for it when I first watched it. I thought it was the dumbest horror film ever.
What is it?
Jeepers Creepers.
Oh.
The first one.
I can't believe that made your top 100.
After I watched it multiple times, I am a fan of Justin Long as well, especially in the horror. And it started to actually grow on me where I liked it, and I tried to watch the other ones, but they just did not hit as much as the first one does.
Yeah.
I did not like it at first, but the more and more I watched it, I ended up actually enjoying it more.
I think the first one's the best.
Yeah.
And it's just creepy. It's gross. And I actually watched, I think, half of it again recently and enjoyed it. I need to go rewatch the whole thing. But yeah. It's a good flick. Good choice.
So my number 93 is Jeepers Creepers.
And my number 93, and I'm not sure how many horror fanatics out there have seen this, but it's a movie called The Cell. And it actually stars Jennifer Lopez in it. And it's an interesting movie because it is about this serial killer who is basically in a coma and has a final victim hidden somewhere. So what they do is put her in the suit that connects him to his mind, even though he's not like able to be consciously awake. And she goes into his mind and tries to get clues as to where the final victim is before, you know, this trap he set her in gives out. And this movie is so beautiful, and the acting is amazing, and it's very intense. And when she goes into his mind, like the costumes and the horror and the different things that happen, it's not like blood, guts, and a ton of killing, but it's just definitely a psychological horror. So I highly recommend it. I've seen it multiple times. So my number 93 was The Cell.
My number 92 is Halloween 2. So this is just Halloween continuing on to the hospital. It's Michael Myers.
Is this the zombie version, Rob Zombie version, or the original?
I actually did not like those as much.
Okay.
So I doubt they even hit my, I could be wrong. I don't know where my top 100 is at. So it could be up there. It could not be.
Okay.
But this is the original number, Halloween 2.
I just wanted to clarify.
That's fine. So it's just Michael Myers. I enjoyed the first two. I hated the third one. And it's the same thing as the first one, or same thing as pretty much all of them besides the third one. But it's just Michael Myers running around trying to get chasing Jamie Lee Curtis. It's really nothing else to it besides in a hospital. So my number 92 is Halloween 2. The original one.
Huh?
The original one.
The original with Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
My number 92 is The Fly, and this was released in 1986, and I love this movie because it was so well done from a body horror standpoint, and I can just only imagine the horror of becoming an insect. But it breaks my heart because, you know, this woman is in love with this guy. It's turning into this fly, and it's just disgusting and awful and heartbreaking and completely horrific to me. I know this is probably an original for a lot of people, especially in the body horror genre. So number 92 is The Fly for me.
This is a pretty good one.
It was great. Very well done for its time.
I like how he's happy, like, and, you know, obviously he's getting stronger. And then he's like, I just remember him being on the ceiling, like, look at this. I can do that. Like, he's just excited about all his new abilities.
Spider-Man, I have cool powers.
Yeah,
and
he's super excited about all the new abilities.
And now I'm disgusting.
Now I puke my own food.
And eat it again. Oh, jeez.
All right, my 91, this is the Cube 2 Hypercube. So I don't know if you've ever seen the Cube, but this one's just more faster paced. The Cube is just people are stuck in this cube that are constantly shifting around. Some rooms will kill them. Some rooms are safe. They had to find their way through the passage to get to the outside or to the exit of the cube as it's shifting around. It's really fun. And I actually stumbled upon this because I played the board game called Room 25, which is based off the Cube, which
the original Cube movie?
Yes.
Okay. Did you see the original Cube movie before you saw Hypercube?
Yes.
Okay.
So actually, how I even came upon this movie was we were talking about a board game and we're like, oh, this is Room 25. And we were explaining it, what was being explained to me. And someone's like, so like the Cube? And they're like, I don't know. And they're like, so
not a lot of people have heard of it.
Yeah. So as they're playing it, it's like, they're like, yeah, well, it ended up being the Cube. So immediately it was on Netflix. So that night after playing the game, because I enjoyed the game,
Yeah.
because there are traders in the game, or they can be traders. So you could, like, in the board game, you can just push somebody into a room and have them killed, or you can be like, oh, that room's safe, and then they go in there and die, and then you're like, oh, maybe it's shifted around, like, you know, there's things you can do like in the game. And so I enjoyed it, so I had to go watch the movie immediately.
Yeah.
So that
which
night,
is reflective of the movie.
yes,
And
so
how the movie's done.
and it's basically the same thing. So it's actually Room 25 is in my collection of board games, and it's actually got a new expansion or remake, I think like 4th edition, coming out on Kickstarter, GameFound, something like that. But hopefully I might cover that.
Yeah, you should, because that's a good connection. I think I've seen the second cube, Hypercube, but I don't recall it. So I would need to rewatch that one. Of course, I remember the cube. That's a classic. Love that movie. So
the Cube Hypercube is my number 91.
And my number 91 is Hannibal. And I was also reluctant to watch this movie at first. I was excited because I'm a huge Silence of the Lambs fan. And I was like, oh, there's no way they're going to, you know, put a sequel to top that, you know, kind of movie. And I actually really enjoyed Hannibal. And, you know, especially when they got to the part where he basically sautés his brains and makes him eat it. That was just nasty. And I loved it. And, you know, in front of Claire, and it was just awesome. And I love the way it ended. And of course, I love Anthony Hopkins. He's so awesome. And Hannibal is just a great movie. And it was my number 91.
All right. So that's our 100 to 91. If you guys are making a top 100 as well, please let us know what your 100 to 91 is, and let us know what you think or agree or disagree with what we have so far.
Yeah, we would love to hear your comments. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and check out our other social media platforms.
We're The Swinging Light. I'm Doug.
And I'm Rachel.
Till next time.
Keep the light on.